Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing? How's things in your world? How's life where you are? I'm pretty good. This is almost a week through my 5 milligram taper of Lexapro, and I'm feel pretty normal. Feel pretty usual. Talking with my friend, and she said I'm not treating her any differently or treating my kids any differently. I'm not aggressive or anything like that, so that's good. I've definitely recognized that, number one, I have anxiety again, which I had never had, in the last 5 years or 4 years that I've been on the medication, but that it's not bad. Previously, it would be the anxiety was the main reason why I wanted the medication previously. The anxiety, I don't want to say it caused the depression, but it definitely didn't help me overcome. It held me down quite a bit because it was kind of a negative feedback loop. I would feel meh, which there's no real way to describe depression to anybody because it's so different for everybody that experiences it. But it was, for me, it was very almost separation from me and the rest of the world would be the way I would describe it. Like I wasn't able to emotionally experience the world, and then knowing that nothing really filled that void, then my anxiety would tell me that that was my problem and that I should be dealing with that, and then that would make me feel worse. And then it's a pretty bad feedback loop. And then even on the days that I was feeling fine, when I was feeling emotionally stable and normal, that medication, or not the medication, the anxiety would beat me, like just beat on me until I gave in, because like I feel great, I'm going to get some stuff done. But I'm worried about failing, or I'm worried about all this other stuff that I shouldn't be worried about. Irrational worrying, like worrying about, I can remember worrying about things like, something that I did 2 weeks before. I wish I'd have done it this way, you idiot. Or whatever. Just, talking really dumb stuff. Like not, and I don't mean like I said something, that is going to carry through the rest of my life. Meaning simple things like, making something, I should have put the screw in this way, you moron. And it completely irrational thoughts. And that would just beat at me until I became depressed again. And then it was this whole cycle. And so when I decided to take the Lexapro, I knew that the side effects would happen. I knew it would hit me. And I knew that I would be flatlined. I would still not really be able to experience the world emotionally because Lexapro steals the highs and the lows. Not necessarily Lexapro, but SSRIs. That's kind of, they do a really good job of moderating that energy. But I was willing to accept it. I think I've said it before, but for me, the miracle of that drug was the anxiety part. It was literally overnight, which is almost tells me it was placebo. Because every SSRI, every brain modification drug that you take, they tell you, like, it could take days, it'll take weeks for this to really make a change. And for me, with the Lexapro, the anxiety was literally overnight. And so I wonder how much of it was placebo, was me just correcting. And so this time with the coming off of the medication, the good news is that I did not preemptively anticipate or become anxious about coming off of it. So I don't have those thoughts. I'm okay with it. Like, I'm ready. And I was talking to my friend, and she said, like, why now? Why is this the timing? And I said, I told her, like, this has been on my mind for a while. I think it was like March or February when we first talked about me coming off this medication because of how bad this medication has held me back. And my my internet friend Pocket 83 here, kind of said something back then, like, dude, you need that out of your brain, because if it's hurting you this bad, you will never love yourself again. And he's right. And then I took that to heart, and I did a whole lot of soul searching over the last 6 months and decided it was time. Decided that when my last prescription ran out and I had to go back for a refill, I would talk to them about it. And that gave me a whole lot of time to mentally prepare for this change, because I knew that if I was anxious about coming off the medication, that would carry forward. And so far, it hasn't. I have anxiety, but a completely normal level of anxiety. And that's not a bad thing. It's definitely not a bad thing to be worried sometimes. And so I'm doing great. I'm actually doing really, really well. I'm really happy with how I feel right now. Right now I'm on 5 milligrams, which is kind of not even a dose when it comes to Lexapro. So it feels good. There are some side effects that I don't enjoy. I've been sleeping a little more fitfully than I had in the past. I just tried to nap for the last 2 hours. It's probably 8 o'clock or something now. I tried to nap for a couple hours and just really fitful, non-sleeping nap. And but I was dead tired. So stuff like that gets really frustrating. But overall, most nights I'm sleeping perfectly fine. If anything, it's just hard to get to sleep. But one time I sleep, I'm done. I've always kind of been that way. But I think it's good. I think the timing is right. And I think she was making sure that I wasn't pressuring her. This is your pressure because you've done this. You've made me happy. That's definitely not the case. I've been thinking about this for a long time, and we had a nice long discussion about that. And I told her, I really feel like I'm in a really good place, and that I have a really good support structure right now, and this is the time to stop taking it, and this is the time to get my life kind of back to where it was, hopefully better. Hopefully I can harness the highs that I experienced and really make some progress with life and things, but also manage the lows so that they don't devastate me like they did in the past and frustrate me and irritate me. And I think I will. I'm really excited about that. So, yeah, that's the story. We are 10 days out from not having Lexapro in my brain anymore. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you updated as always. But for now, thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being my bestest friends. I'm going to go work on Pepahana a little bit. If you haven't checked out Pepahana yet, please do. Links in the description. Give me some feedback. I'd love to hear from you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from farmboy.ca. Why is a peach fuzzy? Experts agree that the fuzz helps the peach defend itself from various threats. Some feel the fuzz was developed to give the fruit more resistance to insects and diseases. Another theory is that the fruit protects peaches from sunburn and potential water loss. Sunburn.